Welcome to Quotes Women. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. The soul debases herself when she sets her affections on anything but her Creator. Although it has been said by men of more wit than wisdom, and perhaps more malice than either, that women are naturally incapable of acting prudently, or that they are necessarily determined to folly, I must by no means grant it. None of us, whether men or women, but have so good an opinion of our own conduct as to believe we are fit, if not to direct others, at least to govern ourselves. Why is slavery so much condemned and strove against in one case, and so highly applauded and held so necessary, and so sacred in another? He who will be just must be forked to acknowledge that neither sex are always in the right. Women need not take up with mean things, since they are capable of the best. We ought as much as we can to endeavor the perfecting of our beings, and that we are as happy as possibly we may. He who only or chiefly chose for beauty will in a little time find the same reason for another choice. Your glass will not do you half so much service as a serious reflection on your own minds. Friendship is a virtue which comprehends all the rest, none being fit for this, who is not adorned with every other virtue. Ignorance and a narrow education lay the foundation of vice, and imitation and custom rear it up. Every body has so good an opinion of their own understanding as to think their own way the best. We must think what we say, and mean what we profess. It is not the head but the heart that is the seat of atheism. That which has not a real excellency and value in itself, entertains no longer than the giddy humor which recommended it to us holds. A woman indeed can't properly be said to choose, all that allowed her is to refuse or accept what is offered. If absolute sovereignty be not necessary for a state, how comes it to be so in a family? Fetters of gold are still fetters, and the softest lining can never make them so easy as liberty. The scum of the people are most tyrannical when they get the power, and treat their betters with the greatest insolence. Unhappy is that grandeur which makes us too great to be good, and that wit which sets us at a distance from true wisdom. Women are from their very infancy debarred those advantages with the want of which they are afterward reproached. If none were to marry, but men of strict virtue and honor, I doubt the world would be but thinly peopled. If a woman can neither love nor honor, she does ill in promising to obey. We may not commit a lesser sin under the pretense to avoid a greater, but we may, nay we ought to endure the greatest pain and grief rather than commit the least sin. How can you be content to be in the world like tulips in a garden, to make a fine show, and be good for nothing? For certainly there cannot be a higher pleasure than to think that we love and are beloved by the most amiable and best being. God is his own design and end, and that there is no other worthy of him. While our hearts are violently set upon anything, there is no convincing us that we shall ever be of another mind. Truth is strong, and some time or other will prevail. The span of life is too short to be trifled away in unconcerning and unprofitable matters. If all men are born free, why is it that all women are born slaves? How can a man respect his wife when he has a contemptible opinion of her and her sex? That man indeed can never be good at heart, who is full of himself and his own endowments. Marry for love and heroic action, which makes a mighty noise in the world, partly because of its rarity, and partly in regard of its extravagancy. Among these quotes, which one you relate the most, comment down.